Hey guys, Zombie Killer 101, and it is Thursday, and I'm here to bring you another episode of Tokyo Ghoul. That's what I'm going to be reviewing today, episode 2. Episode 6 just came out today, and I will eventually be getting caught up so we can, watch it week by week together. So, this episode, wow, really good, or if not better than the first episode. So it kind of starts off where the first episode ended, which was Kaneki getting the heart shoved into his throat by Toka. Like, she's like the Catwoman of Ghoul. She's got short, like navy blue hair, and she's like forcing him to eat this heart, and then they go into this conversation about why she made him eat it. Basically, he was like, I don't want to be a monster, I want to be human. And she's like, you're not human anymore, and you're not a monster, you're both, you're a half and half. And she was basically trying to explain to him that, he could be dumb and, starve himself, which is like pure living hell to any ghoul. Whether you're a half ghoul or a full ghoul, if you starve yourself, it's hell. And she got offended because like she was born a ghoul and he just became a ghoul like 2 days ago, and he's already saying that he wants to kill himself. Because it's like, it was something she was born into. She never had a choice on whether or not she wanted to be one. So don't go crying to me about how horrible it is being a ghoul. And then she starts whooping on him, like kicking him and uppercutting him. I mean, like wailing on this kid. And he's crying. And he low key, Kaneki can take hits. He got beat up first episode, and he get beat up second episode. He got beat up twice the first episode by old girl and by dude. I will give him that. He definitely got some endurance. This one guy comes up who's Toka's mentor, I guess. So that's enough. You know the policy, we help out our fellow ghouls. And they go to this coffee shop. So ghouls can't eat human food, but apparently they can eat coffee. Or drink it, rather. I don't see what the difference between coffee and human food is, but they can consume this. And it won't hold them over, but it will basically control and manage your hunger. Basically, they gave him this package, and he said, if you get hungry, eat this. Once you eat this, don't hesitate to come back. He goes home, sitting in his room, freaking out, starving. The coffee finally wore off, so he's hungry again, really having a tough time with becoming a ghoul. So he's like starving himself. He's putting himself through pretty much hell so he could stay human. Prior to that happening, Toko is talking to the guy why they helped out Kaneki, and he said, I helped Kaneki out because, do you remember a few weeks ago there was an incident where 2 students got crushed by some beams, and he was talking about Kaneki and Rez. Rez is the girl that he went on a date with, who turned out to be a ghoul. I got it all wrong in the last review. The bite itself is not what turned Kaneki into the ghoul. It was the doctors who implanted organs from Rez into Kaneki, and that's how he became a ghoul. And that's exactly why he has Rez's power. That's why he doesn't have his own special ability, and he's like kind of like the reincarnation of Rez, because they basically just took her life and put it inside him so he could survive. Yeah, prior to that happening, that's what the mentor of Toko is telling her, is that, he wants to look after Kaneki because, he's the guy that got implanted with ghoul DNA. He goes back to Kaneki, and his friend calls him and says, hey bro, you need to get out the house. You've been in the house for a while now. I'm worried about you. So then, he kind of snaps back into reality, because at first he was going crazy because he was hungry. Skips, and it goes to Kaneki in front of his school, and he's finally starting to get back out of the house. He's got an eye patch on now, so no one can see his eye because he doesn't have any control over his eye. Eye goes, hey, you want to go meet my friend that I've been telling you about? And Kaneki goes, sure. So they go to this dorm room, because they're college kids, obviously. Hyde opens up the door, and lo and behold, it's the ghoul that tried to attack Kaneki the night before. And so they barge in on him getting some, and the girl goes running out screaming. You couldn't knock, bro. You just gonna interrupt. My man's trying to get some. Soon as Kaneki sees dude, he just freaks out. And dude recognized him instantly as well. So, you know, he's playing it cool. I guess he doesn't want Hyde to know that they know each other already. Kaneki's cool and the other guy's cool. They just chilling and they don't get into like a fight or anything. Hyde and the dude start talking. They had to go to a dude's house to get something, I guess. And Kaneki didn't want Hyde to get eaten. Because obviously the guy's a ghoul. So Kaneki was like, alright, can I come with you guys to go get whatever you get into the house? And then the dude was like, sure. So they go walking down the street. They stop at this like donut stand. And the guy buys Hyde and Kaneki a pastry. He buys himself one. And he eats it. And so does Hyde. And then Hyde's like, eat yours, Kaneki. He's like, I'll save it for later. And then in Kaneki's mind, he's like, how the hell is this guy eating food and he's a ghoul? Like, he's like, he blends into life really well. You would think he's a normal college student. So then they go, I don't know what it is about this anime and dark alleys, but they go into this corner and there's like a dark alley on the right side of them. And dude turns around and kicks the mess out of Hyde. And Hyde goes flying into the alley. And then Kaneki's like, oh! Then he goes, Hyde, you good? You know, he's unconscious because he's a guy like Bruce Lee into that alley. And then the guy starts saying, you were planning on eating Hyde, weren't you? And he's like, no, that's my best friend. I'm not like you. And then he like starts beating him up and starts talking stuff about him. Like, he's like, I can't stand people that's younger than me talking back. I mean, this guy's like a real douche. And then he like sticks his whole arm in Kaneki's stomach, tells him his body's really fragile. It almost feels like tofu. I mean, like, this guy is ruthless. It's mad serious. And so then he was like, okay, cool. Well, since you're a weak wuss, I'm gonna beat you up and then I'm gonna kill your friend. That's basically what the dude said. So he goes over to his friend and he throws up the donut that he ate earlier all over Hyde. Throws it up over him. Then he starts stomping on his head. How bogus this was when he was stomping on his head. I mean, he just got the grill of his feet just all in his stuff. Just all in his face. I'm like, wow. And Kaneki's like, get your foot off of him. He's a friend, not food. Finding Nemo quote. I was like, what? Look, fish are friends, not food. Ah, that was hilarious. That was really funny that they put that Finding Nemo quote in there. Kaneki charges in with him. But how Kaneki does it is he starts whacking that dude with his bat. And Guy, I had the same thought that Guy had. He said, are you attacking me with your bag? What are you, a woman? So then he backspin kicks him and like says, you're pathetic. And like he kicked him up into the ceiling and Kaneki fell. Like something snapped in Kaneki. And he said, I won't allow my friend to die. And like his ghoul powers just unleashed. The little spider claws that the girl had in episode 1 came out his back. And then he just started attacking dude. Kaneki just ran through him. Just started stabbing him with his little arms. And then dude goes, stop it, you idiot, I'm dying. And he's just stabbing him. And blood just gushing out. And then he stabs him and throws him up into this rail and he starts hanging and he just dies. And then Kaneki like goes over to Hyde and Rez, the girl, the purple hair girl, that tried to kill Kaneki in episode 1. She gets into his head again and goes, look at your friend, doesn't he look delicious? And Kaneki's like, no, I'm not gonna eat my friend, I can't do that. And then she rubbing all on him, so like, and like she finally convinced him that, you know, he should eat him. And once again, Kaneki was really hungry. He hasn't eaten anything since in episode 1, which was like in their time, I guess like a day or so, or 2. So he finally was like, yeah, he looks delicious, and he was gonna like eat his friend. And then Toka came in and was like, look at you. Just yesterday you were crying about not becoming a monster and you're about to eat your best friend. You're gonna regret it if you do. And then Kaneki was dead serious about his food. Bro was like, move. I'm gonna be really understanding this today. And she like, you know, she got into her sparring stance and she like, then the screen went black. Next thing you know, Kaneki's on the couch, back at this coffee shop. And he's talking to the mentor. And then he goes, where's Hyde? He said, come with me. They go into this room and Hyde's like sitting there all patched up and stuff. Tell me the truth, did I like try to eat him? He was like, you didn't eat Hyde. We had to give you something to satisfy your hunger. Then the mentor starts talking to him about how you have to give into this. I mean, you might not want to, but there's a life for you out there. She said, because you're a human and a ghoul. And he said, so you have more of a place in this world than any of us, because you're both. you could blend in perfectly. You just need to find the line in between human and ghoul. And the whole time while they're talking about how he's a ghoul and how he doesn't want to become a monster and stuff like that, Hyde is like wide awake listening to this conversation. So basically you can infer that Hyde knows that his friend's a ghoul now. And that's just for later episodes, like episode 3. Are they going to have a discussion on, him becoming a ghoul and stuff like that? Like, does Hyde even know that he got super kicked into a dark alley? Like, I just want to know that. Like, does he even realize that he almost died? But episode 2 was really good. I'm going to give it a good, like I said, I'm raising my scale because this anime is just ridiculous. So I'm raising my scale, put this one at a 9. Episode 1 was a 10 because it was really well done. This one I'm giving a 9 because, there was a lot of stuff that I liked about it, but I just feel as though it didn't give us enough progression yet. Other than that, really good episode. I liked it. So I'm Zombie Killer 101, and stay natural and survive, guys, and live better than well. I'm gonna be bringing you some more stuff. Elfen Lied, Legend of Korra, Sword Art Online. All of that's gonna be coming up shortly. Later.